Ruud van Nistelrooy keen to return to Manchester United assistant role under Ruben Amorim. Interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy is keen to become Manchester United manager one day but says he wants to return to his role as assistant coach after handing the reins to Ruben Amorim. Having returned to Old Trafford as one of Erik ten Hag's assistants in the summer, the former striker has stepped up as caretaker manager since his compatriot was sacked at the start of last week. Van Nistelrooy takes charge for the fourth and final time on Sunday, when Leicester, the side beaten 5-2 in the Carabao Cup in his first match in charge, arrive in the Premier League. Amorim begins as head coach the following day and will be bringing in his own staff, raising questions over fan favourite Van Nistelrooy's future despite having a deal until 2026. Sunday could end being his second Old Trafford farewell, but the Dutchman hopes to stay on with a club would like manage on a full-time basis one day. First of all, it was a special period. It is still, of course. Van Nistelrooy said, I called it an important period because I think it was important to get through the 4 games as good as we could. I think we've done very well so far. The players have reacted very well in the games. Obviously the focus now is to build on that and show that on Sunday with a big game ahead and the massive 3 points that are there to win. I don't know if it will be very emotional. I take it very pragmatic as well. Although I am proud to be able to fulfill this. We'll see how I feel on Sunday, and other than that, there's not much more news than yesterday evening. I think Ruben and I are in that sense focusing on our teams and our games. He's focusing on Braga and his team, Sporting Lisbon. I'm focusing on Leicester with my team and see if things can come together in the near future. Asked if he would like to manage United one day, the former PSV boss said, Yeah, of course I thought this through well when I made the decision to come to United as an assistant manager or assistant coach. I thought that through and I knew that coming to Manchester United was for me a special occasion, where I felt I wanted to be part of this journey with the club in also an assistant role. I had clear ambitions to manage. I made the decision to sign a 2-year deal as an assistant and I'm still in that frame of mind to stay in that capacity. Van Nistelrooy is hoping to hand over to Amorim on the back of a 3rd win in 4 matches. Building on last weekend's 1-1 draw against Chelsea and the 2-0 victory against PAOK on Thursday. Amad Diallo's delightful double secured the Europa League win, but the lively winger is a doubt for Sunday after being forced off with a knock. Amad was assessed, the interim United boss said. Still working on him to get him ready for Sunday. Hopefully it will work. Kobbie Mainoo and Harry Maguire continue to do rehabilitation, but Luke Shaw became the latest absentee to rejoin training on Friday. The left-back has not played for United since February and followed Tyrell Malaysia, Mason Mount and Lenny Yoro in returning to the group. In the little bit longer future, it is good that Luke and Lenny are on the pitch. Van Nistelrooy added, Kobbie is also progressing in his injury. He's making the right steps. Not yet with the team, though, that needs a bit more time. Ruud van Nistelrooy not bothered if ex-Man United teammates criticise him. Ruud van Nistelrooy has no issue with criticism from former Manchester United teammates and is confident things will eventually turn around as the club prepares for life under Ruben Amorim. The fan favourite returned to Old Trafford in the summer as one of Erik ten Hag's assistants and was placed in temporary charge on Monday after a unanimous decision was taken to change manager. Highly rated Sporting Lisbon head coach Amorim has been confirmed as ten Hag's successor but will not start until November 11th. Meaning Van Nistelrooy will take charge of 3 more United matches. Chelsea arrive at Old Trafford in the Premier League on Sunday and the former Netherlands international is focused on the job in hand rather than the brouhaha that follows the team. Look, in the end, you're going to be judged, said Van Nistelrooy, who secured a 5-2 Carabao Cup win against Leicester in his first match as caretaker manager. I think, Wednesday, was good. Was very positive. You get positive critics and everybody's positive. In football things can change. Things can continue. I don't believe the hype that much. I don't believe the drama that much. I know it's the world we live in. For me, it's important to stay calm. Stay focused. Do my job on a daily basis. I think that also has to be the case for this club. We're not going to turn it around from today to tomorrow. But I think we're going to get it done and I believe in that over the longer future. United's struggles since Sir Alex Ferguson retired as a Premier League champion in 2013 have been well documented and scrutinised in detail by high-profile pundits. From Gary Neville to Roy Keane, and Rio Ferdinand to Paul Scholes. There are a variety of ex-United players in the media, but Van Nistelrooy has no issue with their impassioned views. He said, "I mean, we all do our jobs, don't we? I think basically they care for the club. They want the club to do well and they are disappointed as well if it doesn't go well with the club and have opinions on it. I think it's absolutely fine and I don't take it personal. When I see them I have a cup of coffee with them. And I don't have any problems with that. I appreciate them as former colleagues. Some of them I'm still in touch with. And that's the path they choose. Others go and stay in football more on the football side. So, for me, it's absolutely fine." Van Nistelrooy decided to move into coaching rather than punditry, with the highlight being the 2022-23 Dutch Cup and second-placed Eredivisie finish he managed in his sole season as PSV boss. The 48-year-old was linked with other management roles but instead returned to United as an assistant. Such was his desire to help the club he shone for as a player. Asked if he wants to be a manager again at some stage in the future, interim boss Van Nistelrooy said, "That's a good question. Actually, obviously I think this would be the only job that I would take as an assistant. So, for me, it was important to get a feel of it and how is it going over the course of 2 years and after that to make a decision. Is this something that is fulfilling for me in my job? I have to say, for the moment, I really enjoyed the role as an assistant." Van Nistelrooy has expressed his desire to stay at United when Amorim takes charge. But the future is unclear after the incoming head coach confirmed he will be bringing in his own staff. "Obviously it can change, we all know that, but we'll see," he said, speaking before the Portuguese's appointment. "I'm not thinking in that way. I'm not here to prove myself in that way. I'm here to help. I'm here to do the best I can and do the best we can to get a result on Sunday. That's my focus. All the other things are not in my mind."
Cole Palmer could play for Chelsea against Arsenal this weekend. Enzo Maresca has confirmed. The England international was caught by a heavy challenge from Lisandro Martinez in the 1-1 draw at Manchester United on Sunday and missed training at the start of this week, while not an option to face Noah in the Conference League on Thursday, due to not being in the squad. Maresca is hopeful he can return to training and then feature against the Gunners on Sunday. Palmer, who was seen walking unaided and helping himself to some dessert in the press room at Stamford Bridge on Thursday, has become Chelsea's most important player since his arrival from Manchester City. "He's getting better," Maresca said. "Just because he can walk and have dinner it doesn't mean he is completely fit, but we still have 2 days to prepare the game. Hopefully we can have him for the session at least Saturday and then we'll take a decision." Palmer was selected in England's squad for the upcoming Nations League fixtures against Greece and the Republic of Ireland, suggesting his injury is not long-term. Maresca was angry after Sunday's game at Old Trafford and maintained it was quite clear that Martinez's challenge warranted a red card. "Cole was in the changing room with ice, so we are waiting now. Hopefully it is nothing important," the Chelsea manager said. "I know I will be asked about the referee's decision, and I think it's quite clear for almost all of us. But the referee is there to make the decision and he took a different decision. I told the referee at the end of the game that if you don't go for the ball and you just go for the player it is a red. When there's no intention to go for the ball and you go for the player's legs. For me there's no doubt for the decision. I think it's quite clear that it was a red." 5 wins from 10 in the Premier League sees them go into Sunday's game above Mikel Arteta's side in the table with a chance to climb into the top 3 and put daylight between themselves and last season's runners-up. Maresca has repeatedly stated he does not believe his team are ready to challenge Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool after the trio fought a 3-way tussle for the title last campaign. But having lost narrowly at Anfield last month in a game they largely controlled, there are sure signs of progress.
Pep Guardiola has insisted Jack Grealish will not be fit for Manchester City's trip to Brighton on Saturday despite the midfielder receiving an England call-up this week. Grealish has played only once since starting City's 3-2 win over Fulham over a month ago, appearing as a substitute in the 2-1 victory at Wolves on October 20. Guardiola had previously said the 29-year-old had been ruled out until after the international break. Yet on Thursday England interim manager Lee Carsley risked another club versus country row by naming Grealish in his squad for the Nations League matches against Greece and the Republic of Ireland. When asked for his thoughts on Carsley's decision to include Grealish, Guardiola gave a curt response. A question for the manager from England, the City boss said, and asked if Grealish would be fit for the trip to Brighton on Saturday. He simply added, "No." Guardiola arrived half an hour late for his press conference and gave short, terse answers throughout. Grealish is one of several City players still sidelined in a worrying run of injuries which has contributed to Guardiola's side losing 3 in a row. And the City boss said he would go to Brighton with the same squad that travelled to Lisbon in midweek for what ended in a 4-1 defeat to Sporting. Guardiola has never lost 4 in a row during his managerial career. But that could change unless City show a response on the South Coast. It would be the first time in our lives. Hopefully that is not the case. Guardiola said, but you tell me that 20 minutes against Fulham wasn't good. Against Bournemouth, a 2-1 defeat, we were not good. But then the rest of the games were good. We are good. We'll see what happens. Tuesday's humbling in Portugal came on the back of the Premier League loss at Bournemouth and the Carabao Cup defeat away to Tottenham. Following the Champions League loss, Bernardo Silva said City were in a dark place, but asked if he had needed to reassure his players and give them confidence. Guardiola said no, I don't think so. He said, we are not used to 3 different games in 3 different competitions. But it's football. It's happened. We know the reason why we struggle. We're looking forward to the game. Then international break. After that, a few players come back better. We recover. All the problems we have we will solve it. And asked if he had learned more about his players during this run. Guardiola again said not. I've known him for many years. He said, they prove many times what they're capable of. They don't change my opinion. Sometimes it happens. Brighton will present another difficult challenge for a City side a long way from their best. Fabian Herzl's side are 8th in the Premier League, having lost only 2 games this season. I'm really impressed for the way they play. He said, I think Roberto De Zerbi did an incredible job there. Brighton made a lot of signings this season. And, Herzl's, doing an incredible job for the personality and the rhythm. The way they played their last 2 games against Liverpool. Of course the results were not good. But they played really good and it has always been tough. Since Graham Potter, away or at home, it doesn't matter and tomorrow will be no exception.
Amad Diallo is looking forward to working with new head coach Ruben Amorim and wants to extend his contract with Manchester United as he seeks to make history. The 22-year-old has had his ups and downs since joining the Red Devils from Atalanta in January 2021, including loans of differing success with Rangers and Sunderland. Diallo wrote his name into United folklore by scoring last season's extra-time winner against Liverpool in the FA Cup and on Thursday marked his first start in 5 weeks with a decisive display. The winger impressively guided home a header against PAOK, before winning possession and brilliantly curling home as he sealed a 2-0 victory in the new-look Europa League group phase. I always try to do my best. Even when I am not starting, Diallo said. I'm every time focused. And everyone wants to play. We are here to play. And when you don't play, you have to give your best. Today, I try to give my best. And the most important thing was to win, because it's been a long time. We didn't win in Europe, so it was nice to win today. United had not won a European match in 380 days heading into a match that incoming head coach Amorim again watched from afar. The Sporting Lisbon head coach starts work at Old Trafford on Monday, and his impending arrival has brought optimism to a club that has been stuttering. I am excited to have him in this team and I can't wait to work with him, Diallo said of Amorim. Everyone is here to give his best. And sometimes it's good. So today we have to enjoy together. And we are ready for the next step. Diallo has been with United since the age of 18. Joining from Serie A side Atalanta in a €21 million, £19 million deal that could reach €41 million, £36.5 million, with add-ons. The winger's Old Trafford contract expires in the summer. But the club hold an option to extend by a further year and Diallo would like to commit beyond that. I'm happy to be here, he said. I'm happy to play for this club. And yeah, I want to stay here for a long time to make history with this club. Thank you so much for watching the video. Your support truly means a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more content. Your time and feedback are greatly appreciated.